So let's jump right in. Let's have a look at the Explorer. On the left hand side here you will find a list of all assets that have been issued so far. You can browse through this list, you can select an individual asset and check out the details of it. In the overview here you'll find a product label. The products here of these assets that have been issued already give you a hint on the flexibility of the ACTUS protocol in what types of assets it allows to issue. And then here you find some more key information on these assets. At the moment, the ACTUS protocol supports a wide range of debt instruments. So this is what you'll find here also reflected in that list. Now let's select one of these assets and have a look at the details. In the world of tokenized financial assets, what we see so far is a lot of protocols that support an important aspect of tokenization, which is in the compliance area. So you need to make sure that transfer restrictions are in place, KYC rules, AML rules are, and we are compliant with these. And this is really the part where we say know your customer is really handled very well and gotten proper attention in the tokenized financial asset space. On the other hand, another aspect that is important when we tokenize financial instruments is really know your asset, right? So what is the asset actually, what does it actually represent, the token that has been issued for an asset? Which asset, what type of asset, what are the obligations that the parties have under these assets and so on. And this is really where the ACTUS protocol comes in. Our focus is on the know your asset aspect, and also this is what you will find here. If you click on one of these assets in the list, you'll find all the details of that asset that are relevant for you to identify an asset as an investment opportunity for your risk profile or not. So on top here you'll find some key information. Again, the product label, contract type, so this points to the ACTUS classification of instruments. We have an asset ID and then the addresses of the parties that have been involved in issuing that asset. Furthermore, you'll find payment obligations that are due, that are upcoming at any point in time, which is updated dynamically given the activities of the parties. So if an obligation has been settled, you'll obviously see that reflected here. You'll find a full asset schedule, again, which is updated dynamically, reflecting all the payment obligations that are coming up or other events during the life cycle of that asset, which could be for variable rate instruments also a rate reset event, as an example. You'll see whether these payments have been made, whether they're outstanding or upcoming. Furthermore, assets and in particular the cash flows can be tokenized. So here in that area you'll find information on whether the asset or cash flows, which cash flows have been tokenized, how many tokens issued and so far. And for that specific example here, we see that no cash flow, no payment obligation is tokenized, so it's a peer-to-peer asset, if you want to say so. And furthermore, down here, the transaction history, what are the transactions, the historical transactions related to that asset that relates to the issuance itself of an asset, but also the settlement of any payment obligations in the schedule of the asset and other transactions in the sense of Ethereum transactions. And then finally, you find the full term sheet of the asset using the ACTUS standard and ACTUS standard terms. Down here, you can download the term sheet and you see actually again what we mean by banking grade when you look at all those terms that you can possibly edit and select for the asset that you want to issue. You find information on different conventions like business day convention, end of month convention, day count conventions, but then also standard aspects like what is the maturity date, the initial exchange date, and other very important terms in certain markets. So this is the Explorer, and again, just want to highlight here the flexibility of the ACTUS protocol in what types of assets can be issued, but also in the in how sophisticated the protocol is, in that it lets you service the entire life cycle of the assets.